Hello, I'm Marlene Hutchinson for Acoustic Guitar. In this video, I'm going to show you some simple yoga poses that can make a real difference in your guitar playing. Plus, it has a positive effect on your overall well-being too. And best of all, there's no yoga experience needed. Yoga relieves overall tension in the body. It increases flexibility and it improves the movement in the tendons and muscles that we rely on to play guitar. This is a simple yoga practice that can be really beneficial to do as a warm-up before you play your guitar. So you can sit on the floor or on a chair, whichever is most comfortable for you. If you're on the floor, you might want to have a blanket or a mat or a towel, maybe even a cushion, just for extra comfort. And I recommend you wear loose-fitting, comfortable clothing so you can move more freely. In today's practice, we'll focus on 3 key areas: the neck and shoulders, arms and wrists, and our hands and fingers. As you move through these poses, take your time and let your breath guide you. And now settle in for your practice in your comfortable seat. Place your hands on your legs, just above your knees. You can gaze down towards the floor or gently close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in through your nose, breathing in calm and peace. Fill up your lungs, fill up your abdomen, and pause at the bottom of that breath for just a second. Opening your mouth, exhale, releasing that oxygen and any tension that you're holding in your body. And do that again. Inhale through your nose, calm, joy, peace. Pause. Open your mouth, exhale, releasing tension in your body. And one more time. Inhale through your nose, filling up your lungs and your abdomen with joy and peace and calm. Pause. Open your mouth, exhale, releasing tension from your body. And then returning to your natural breath. And when you're ready, gently blinking your eyes open. So the first area we're going to focus on is the neck and shoulders. You know, that's an area where most people commonly hold on to built up tension. Also, when we're playing guitar, as you well know, we are leaning over, so we have a lot going on in our neck and shoulders as we're even playing. So releasing that tightness, releasing the tension is going to help you improve your playing. We'll begin inviting movement into this area with neck rolls. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of your head towards the ceiling, gently lower your chin toward your chest. On your inhale, roll your head towards your right shoulder and then to your back. As you exhale, continue making a circle by rolling to the left and back down to center. Do that 2 more times. Inhale as you roll to the right and go to the back. Exhale, left and forward to your chest. And one more time. Inhale as you go to the side and back. Exhale, left side and forward. Now we're going to reverse it. Again, starting chin to chest. On your inhale, roll your head towards your left side and back. Exhale, right side and forward. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Left, back. right, and forward. And then on your inhale, raising your chin up, your gaze is forward. Let's invite even more movement into this area with shoulder rolls. Essentially, what you're going to be doing is making circles with your elbows. For this pose, you're going to bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Begin with an inhale, moving your elbows forward and up. Exhale as you roll them backwards and back down to where you started. Essentially, again, a circle with your elbows. Inhale up, exhale back, and return. Do that 3 more times. And your circles can be large, they can be smaller. The size of your circle doesn't matter, it's the engagement of this area. And then when you're ready, reversing that movement. So inhale, elbows back, and then up. Exhale as your elbows come forward and down. Continue that to your breath. Inhale and exhale. 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Back, up, forward and down. Last time. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Release your hands down. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. Perhaps bring them up toward your ears. And then relax your shoulders down. Now we're going to bring attention to our arms and wrists. As you well know, when we're playing guitar, we use our arms and wrists quite a bit. Strumming, you can feel it in your forearms, your upper arms. Obviously, whenever you're working on the neck of the guitar for bar chords, solos, chords, when you're doing any kind of flamenco style, that all originates in the arms and wrists, and we want to make sure they're limber to get our best music. So we're going to start this one out with your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing down to the floor, and your elbows should be locked. Your gaze should be straight out in front of you, and your fingers should be together. On your inhale, you're going to bend your wrists so your hands go up, fingers pointing towards the ceiling. Remember to keep your elbows straight. I kind of say this is like saying, whoa, right? On your exhale, you're going to turn your wrists down so your fingers are pointing towards the floor. Again, keeping your elbows straight. You should be feeling that in your upper and lower arms and wrists. Inhale up, keeping those elbows straight. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up, keeping those elbows straight. Exhale down. Bend your elbows. Circle your wrists. And then lowering your hands to your legs. You're probably feeling that in your upper arms in particular, but your forearms and wrists, and that's a good thing. Now let's zone in on the hands and fingers. As you can well imagine, our hands and fingers being flexible and nimble is going to be really helpful for our playing. So whether you're a finger style player, or you like to strum, or you like to use a pick, whatever your style of rhythm, having your fingers nimble and flexible is going to make your day. And same thing over here. Having flexibility, having strength, having movement and flow is going to make a really nice difference in your playing. So that's what we're going to focus on. For this pose, you're going to bring your hands up to about shoulder height. Your elbows can be away from your sides. And as you inhale, you're going to make a really tight fist with both hands. In fact, so tight, if you look at your knuckles, they look like they're turning white. As you exhale, open your hands out like a sunburst. Inhale, white knuckle. Exhale. Open your hands and stretch them as far as you can. Do that again. Inhale, exhale. Fist, white knuckler, sunburst. Fist, inhale, sunburst. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now wiggle your fingers out a little bit. And let's do that again. Inhale, make a fist, white knuckler, exhale, sunburst. Inhale, exhale. Remember, your breath is your partner with your movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, stretch, and wiggle your fingers. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, make a fist as tight as you can. Exhale, sunburst, stretch a little more. Inhale, white knuckler, exhale, sunburst. Fist and sunburst with your breath. Couple more times. And sunburst. One more time. Fist as tight as you can, even tighter. Sunburst, even bigger stretch. And wiggle your fingers. Now, shake everything out. Have you ever heard that saying, dance like nobody's watching? So shake around like nobody's watching you. Move your arms, move your body, move your head and neck, move your hands, your wrists. Whew. Have some fun. Don't forget to breathe. And then when you're ready, bring your palms together and rest them at your heart center. Now gently gaze down towards the floor or close your eyes. And just take a moment to notice any sensations like pulsing in your fingers or your arms. Maybe you notice just an overall calmness in your body. Just imagine how that's going to translate to your guitar playing. And now take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your lungs and your abdomen. Pause, open your mouth, exhale. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. And last time. And now, as is often the tradition in yoga, you bow forward and say the word Namaste. Namaste means I bow to you. Then when you're ready, inhale. As you come back up to your seated position, lower your hands to your legs and gently blink open your eyes. Now you get to enjoy the fruits of your yoga practice. So grab your guitar and play. And take a moment to observe how the harmony you've created in your mind and body shows up in your playing. And remember, the only tension us guitarists need is in our strings. For everything else, there's yoga. I'm Marlene Hutchinson for Acoustic Guitar. Thank you for watching.